So I promised Patricia that I wouldn't do these on the road anymore. I'll do a little bit. Here's the thing. I'm starting the recording while I'm sitting in the parking lot, and when I shut it off, it's going to be a blink, and all the rest of the time I'm just kind of talking while I'm paying attention to the road. I don't know. Is this a good trade-off, Patricia? If it's not, just let me know and I'll stop doing it. I understand road safety. It means a lot to me that we would be safe, but I have some stuff that I like to talk about. And in general, those damn thoughts and ideas come to me while I drive. I don't know why. I wish they didn't. I love to drive, and I have driven since I was 8 years old, and I think this is where my mind works. I was having a super interesting conversation a minute ago with Mort. I wanted to share that conversation with you. Mort, if you know, Mort's amazing because I'll bet the guy's done, I'm not even going to take a guess here, but I promise you he's done several dozen marathons and more triathlons than that. And I'm talking about full Ironman triathlons. What is that? 2.5 mile swim, 110 or so, 112 mile bike ride, and then a 26.2 mile run. Mort's done them all. And he's almost 60, he said. He'd tell you that. And, I mean, if I did that kind of stuff at his age, I'd tell you my age all day long. And, anyway, he was telling me that he's got a little bit of weight he wants to lose, which is ridiculous because the guy looks good. But I understand anybody wants to change, they want to change. And he was like, I need some accountability. Now, I like that. I like the thought of being accountable. I just can't figure out a way to do it because the thing that I've learned over the years is more of me is less of you. So the more I get involved in your accountability, the less you're involved, which means you didn't really learn it and you're more likely to fail. If what we do hinges on me, I promise you that we just found the reason that you're going to fail. That's the bottom line. And so it really has to hinge on you. And Mort gets that, and I get that, and I know you get that. But still, there's this thing in all of us that wants to be a little more accountable, and we believe in accountability. And I would like to be able to pledge myself as accountable and find a way for somebody, at least in the short term, to go, hey, Neil, knock that shit off. You do better. Oh, man. That would mean a lot to me for a while. I mean, you're not going to be able to Jillian Michaels me. You're not going to be able to get in my face and be like, what's wrong with you? You suck. I won't take that from you. I won't take that from anybody, and nobody should take that from anybody. But for a little while, I don't think it's unreasonable to be like, hey, everybody, I said I would do this. I didn't do it, and either gain your condemnation or your praise and you know, have you say nice things to me and encourage me. And so we're talking about that this morning, and it occurs to me that there are 3 things that it takes to be successful with health and fitness. First thing you need is programming. Welcome to GPP. We got you. All you need. And if you've been around for any length of time, you get that. We do good stuff here. Programming covered. The next thing you need are facilities. And I've talked about this before. If you have a cave with big enough rocks, you have facilities, go to work. Eventually, go buy yourself a barbell and a kettlebell and a dumbbell and something to pull from or down to, and you're covered there too. And it doesn't have to be elaborate, but it ought to be something that you invest a considerable amount in because this is your health, and why skimp on your health? And then lastly, you need community. That's where the tricky part is. Where's your community? Because you need it. And we need each other. And here's the thing that I know about the human condition. If you expect to get anything out of your community, you're going to have to give. It's the great paradox of love, right? The only way to ever get love is to give. And the more you give, the more you get. But if you give with the intention of getting, you don't get. And the same thing is true of community. If you would like to strengthen the community, you have to be the community. You have to take the role and you have to take the lead in the community and go out and create the community and give to the community, hoping that you giving is enough. And that's all you can really hope for, is to give and give and give to the community. And the paradox of that, the great catch-22, is that will be the only way you ever get. So how do we recreate that? Because if you pay me to do that, then it's not a true community. If you bought me as your trainer, you didn't really get a community. You bought one. I'm not sure it has the same power. So how do we make it? How do we do it? I guess he could pay me to write to him every day. But then again, remember, the more of me equals less of you. We know that'll fail. Here's what I'm wondering. Is there a way that we can all be there for each other? Can we establish a page where you can go in, and maybe there's something like this, and just please turn me on to it. Is there a place where we can all go in and I can say, like, hey, I've gained 10 pounds this year. I'm 179 frickin' pounds. Not that I care too much about that, but there is an upper limit for me that I've set, and that was 178. So I have exceeded that upper limit by exactly 1 pound, and I need to be doing something about that. And can I make myself accountable to you? Is there a place that we can create where I go in and say, this is what I would like to accomplish through my health and fitness endeavors? These are the measurements by which I will use, or these are the measurements by which I will gauge my success. These are the parameters. And I put my stuff out every day and then become accountable. Is there a place where we can all just either give each other encouragement and or condemnation? Because let's be honest, sometimes you need to be condemned. I'm sorry, that's not good enough. Do better. Is every bit as valuable as, oh, don't worry about it, forgive yourself and move on. Now, I think there's a place for that too, but I think both of those things need to happen. What I'm saying is I am willing to give both condemnation and encouragement depending on a case-by-case basis, but I'll need it back. Would you participate in something like that with me? We have this September 10th thing coming up where we're all going to, by we all, I'm doing it for sure. I don't know if you're doing it. There's been a few of you that have expressed some interest. On September 10th, I'm going to reset my body. It has been a long summer, and for some reason, my body thinks I'm livestock. It just fattens up all summer long. And we all think we get out of shape and fatter in the winter. I would contest that. I would say that probably what's going on there is that we wear the fatness in the winter because of what we started in the summer. And I can tell you right now, I have absolutely no self-control. Some reason Lindsay went out and bought these, you know, those little candy corns? They're like crack cocaine to me. And she put a bowl of them on my desk just outside of the office. I have not walked by that thing in 3 days where I haven't grabbed some of those candy corns. Shame on you, Lindsay. But yeah, I have no self-control right now. A year ago, I'd have never touched them. And somewhere along the way, I know it was my Mountain Dew. I started drinking a Mountain Dew or two here and there. And that leads me to eating a bowl of ice cream, which eventually means I'll eat some pie and cake and donuts and every damn thing I ever want. It's just the insidious nature of Mountain Dew, that delicious nectar of the gods. And it always unwraps me. So here I am, the end of summer, unwrapped, and I need some accountability. So on September 10th, I'm going to reset. I'm going to do it the hard way. Because you have a choice. You can do it in 10 days or you can take the next 35 and hope you make it. I'm going to take the 10-day choice. 4 days of the GPP reset. It's free online. You can just go grab it. Go to resources, scroll down to nutrition. It's there. And I'm going to clean up my diet. And I'm going to place all of my daily stuff online on my Facebook page, right where you're seeing this. I'm going to tell you my successes and my failures, and I would like either your encouragement and or your condemnation. And I think that will help motivate me. Would you be motivated by that? Is there a place like this where we can already go, where we can put out our stuff, be a little raw to the world and suffer barbs or gain encouragement? I'm looking for that place. I hope we find it. Turn me on to it. Or come and participate. I'm trying to talk more into it. I think I had him like, he was that close this morning going, I might do it. And here's the deal. I don't want you to just write it. It's 2018. Everybody has a smartphone. You can just point it at your face and go, all right, here's what happened yesterday, because that means a ton to me. I can read you. If you just write it, it's harder for me. But if you go online, if you turn your phone on and then post a little video going, okay, yesterday I didn't do so good, lift up your shirt and smack your tummy like I did. Not really. Everybody has their own way. But I need to see your eyeballs. I need you to tell me what you're doing, and then here's my promise to you. At least for those 10 days, I will answer every single one of you. I will be there for you. And I'm hoping at least a couple times you'll be there for me, and where you're not there, maybe somebody else will pick it up. But I'll be there. September 10th. Let's all crush this thing together, and let's take our accountability up a notch. Oh, damn, there's an accident. Well, that means I better shut this thing off. I'm interested. Would you be up for that? Or is there a better way? Comment below. Better yet, say it.